think I'm speaking for everyone here when I say that we all wish we had some sort of superpower, right? I mean, come on, it's not really that hard to believe, is it? Just look at all the freaking X-Men. I wouldn't mind being used as a test subject, as long as I'm coming out with all of those cool upgrades, right? I do, however, mind the countless continuity errors on some of the X-Men films though, but we'll talk about that another day. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about the top 10 X-Men powers in the movies. Yep, you heard me, only the movies. So don't come at me in the comments if you don't see any comic book or television characters mentioned here. Since you're already here, there's very little doubt that you're going to want to see my favourite superpowers and abilities. So why don't you show me the power of your fingertips while you're at it, and like, share and subscribe all at the same time. Come on, I dare you to. Also, if you want exclusive access to some of the good stuff, then hop onto my memberships and support me on Patreon. The link's in the description below. Okay? Alright then. Let's get rolling, my fellow TV men, because this is the TV Regent. No? Well, okay, let's go. Cryokinesis or ice powers?
No! Logan, come on, let's go.
I don't really have any issues with summer, but I can only deal with sunburn up to a certain point before I start frying myself like a nice crispy chicken wing. Well, you want to know who doesn't have to face this problem? Bobby Drake. Man, this dude can literally turn himself into ice whenever he wants. Can you imagine how cool that is? Okay, I'm not going to do that again. But hey, you can't argue with the fact that making your own ice cubes for your choice of beverages is a pretty slick trick.
Thanks. No problem.
9. Invincibility. Well, kinda. Yes, I know that none of the X-Men are entirely invincible in the movies. I do still enjoy watching Colossus getting bitch slapped by angel dust, by the way. But come on, Apocalypse was pretty badass in an otherwise not so badass movie, and I sure as hell ain't ever getting close to that psycho juggernaut. If you think about it, this is an elite superpower because that high school bully can try to smack you as hard as they want, but you're just gonna stand there and smile at that pathetic weakness of your foe. It's pretty perfect when you think about it. Nobody can actually hurt you. Well, unless your high school sweetheart finally asks you out on a date, only to stand you up at the very last minute, of course. That counts. Yeah, there are some situations that even an indestructible body couldn't save us from. Damn, where's my tissue?
Nice helmet. Keeps my face pretty.
8. Teleportation.
My God.
This is literally the most convenient superpower any of us could ask for. I mean, have you guys seen the traffic nowadays? What I wouldn't give to be able to transport myself to office right after my morning bathroom routine. And you can also imagine how awesome it would be to just teleport you and your date to like Paris or something like that. Okay, I'm still reeling from my breakup, but the logic still holds, right? I'm telling you, Nightcrawler doesn't even have to worry about visas or transportation allowances. And if you can look as cool as Azazel, minus the evil motives of course while you're doing it, what more do you want? I know what you're thinking, and no, I'm not going to acknowledge that abomination of a character we saw in that Wolverine X-Men Origins movie. I'll acknowledge characters with phase jumping abilities like John Wraith, that Black Eyed Peas dude in the same movie as whatever the hell this was.
You're predictable.
7. Controlling the freaking weather. If you live in a country like England, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Nobody likes to get stuck in between a rainy storm, especially if you're heading out for a date with the woman of your dreams. Oh God, I did it again, didn't I? But all in all, I think that a lot of us would agree to the fact that controlling the weather is an absolute boss power. You can combat climate change, help with irrigation and rainwater harvesting, and even help out with increasing global vegetation. Also, I know that there are 2 actresses that have played her, but I'm a devoted Halle Berry stan, and she'll forever remain my OG Storm. Yeah, I know Jean Grey's also able to do similar stuff in the comics, but we don't really get to see this particular ability in much detail in any of the movies, so I'm not counting her here. 6. Super Strength. This one's a bit of a stereotypical ability, but who we kidding? Kicking ass rules, doesn't it? Just look at all the mutants blessed with this power. Colossus, Apocalypse, Juggernaut, Angel Dust, Beast, Sabretooth, Wolverine, the list just goes on and on. Even the studio executives knew that this was like the sliced bread of superhuman abilities. There's something about being super strong physically that makes us feel really good about ourselves, and that's exactly why we've seen so many versions of X-Men with this common yet highly popular feature. I could sure do with it. I mean, I can't even bench press 20 kilos without gasping for my life. These biceps ain't gonna flex themselves, 5. Energy Absorption. Imagine yourself in battle with Cyclops. He does this thing and shoots his laser beam at you. There's an explosion and that red-eyed hunk thinks he's won the battle, but then he sees you absorb all that energy and throw it all back at him without absolute disregard. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Being able to absorb energy and redirect it however you want is freaking amazing, and nobody can tell me any different. I love rooting for the good guys with this ability such as Bishop. I'd like to add, meaning Grant, that he was criminally underused in the movies, and I'm never going to forgive Fox for messing it up so bad. Then there's the Kevin Bacon version of Sebastian Shaw, who's just plain evil and not so much of a personal favourite. It just kind of goes on to show that it's all about the intentions, doesn't it? 4. Self-healing. We all need time to heal, but not the magnificent Hugh Jackman. Just look at this guy. He's my undefeated man crush Monday, and it isn't even close. Wolverine is the most badass self-healing badass in the history of badasses. Yeah, sure, he's been part of a few questionable movies and has faced some odd and outright horrendous clones. I'm looking at you, you bold, disgusting mistake. But nobody's going to question the use of being able to heal yourself from literally anything. Look at this. The dude literally recovered from a headshot, and I can't even get out of bed if I've got a tiny migraine. Let's not forget that you can also heal yourself from any kind of virus or disease with no effort at all. That's kind of handy in the current environment, if you know what I mean. Also, I have to give a shout out to the one and only Deadpool. Because there's only one Deadpool, the funny one. No, there's no one else. No matter how many times you bring this up. Case closed.
All the dinosaurs feared the T-Rex.
3. Pyrokinesis or fire powers. Okay, I know what you're thinking. Pyro really isn't that powerful in the movies, and I do agree with you, but hey, let's not forget the dark freaking Phoenix herself. Jean Grey does have the ability to manipulate fire as per her liking, and let's face it, the movies have made her so powerful that she really doesn't have another competitor. Yet, she's not always been treated the best way or even represented in a coherent timeline, but let's face it, she literally made Apocalypse shit his pants with that Phoenix Blast, or whatever the hell it was called. So yeah, Pyrokinesis is pretty much an elite power. Also, it's pretty convenient for barbecues and roasting marshmallows too. Fire is, after all, one of humanity's earliest tools. 2. Power Mimicry. Okay, this may have been my top pick at first, but you'll find out why it comes second in this list when you see what edges it out. Anyway, Rogue has shown us that sometimes it's better to be in someone else's shoes, especially if that someone's trying to kill you. Power Mimicry is pretty awesome because not only do you knock out the person you're mimicking, you can use that person's power to fight other people. That's pretty badass now if you think about it. You want to heal a wound? Give Wolverine a call. Want to make it to that 2 PM meeting? Make sure you meet up with Nightcrawler a day before. The list goes on, but I think you get the point now, don't you? I, for one, would love to steal my neighbour's charm so that I can have more luck in the dating department. Oh wait, that's a personality thing, isn't it? I can't even catch a break. Taking the top spot is Telekinesis and Telepathy. Alright, be honest with me. Did you really think this was going to be at any other position than the top spot? Dude, mind control is like the ultimate superpower, no questions asked. Just look at all the government conspiracies out there in the real world and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Jean Grey and Apocalypse are the only characters in the movies with both abilities, but a huge shout out needs to be given to the one and only Professor X for showing us the true scope and potential of telepathy in the X-Men franchise, even though I still feel he could have done some serious shit if he wanted to. I would have included Emma Frost if the guys at Fox hadn't massacred her character in X-Men First Class, and I don't need to tell you why Magneto doesn't make this list. Anyway, the scope of these powers is absolutely limitless. You can stop a person from even thinking about hurting you, you can control the freaking government, you can literally get anyone and everyone to worship you and do whatever you want them to do. It's actually a little scary if you think about it, but yeah, there's no doubt that this is the ultimate X-Men superpower in the movies. And that's my list. I'm sure you would have wanted some other inclusions, but please remember that I've only considered the movie characters for this list. Otherwise, I probably would have had to make room for another 10 or 20 entries. What do you think? Do you still feel like I missed out on a crucial superpower? Let me know in the comments section. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the TV Regent to stay updated on all of our latest uploads. Once again, you can access exclusive goodies by supporting me on Patreon and subscribing to my memberships using the links in the description. Till the next video, take care.